Welcome to Northwestern University's Bioethics Committee meeting. I am Diane Adams, Committee Secretary.
And I am Bioethics Committee Director John Davis. I work closely with the Bioengineering Department.
Today we are going to view a series of clips pertaining to the ethics of stem cell research, and how it affects our university.
Let's begin with the funny little clip found on YouTube.
How long was I in there?
About 5 minutes.
Why are we not
TV's
funding
Family Guy
this?
presents a very serious question, albeit in a humorous tone. This is the subject of national, political debate in medicine.
Yes, here at Northwestern University, our colleagues are debating the topic as well. The university has a bioengineering department, making great progress in the field.
Much of the controversy surrounds the use of embryonic stem cells. These cells are the best subject for research due to their high pluripotency.
Adult somatic cells are also pluripotent but harder to find, and less efficient. New advances of induced pluripotent stem cells are promising, and have less stigma.
Let's listen in on biology professor Jane Smith, and ethical science professor Dave Johnson discussing the topic.
Stem cells hold great promise in helping us understand and treat many human diseases and conditions. That's because stem cells are quite unique compared to other types of cells.
Many diseases, such as cancer, are the result of uncontrolled cellular division. During a stroke, brain cells are irreparably damaged. Stem cells could restart cell regeneration.
Research on possible treatments has been limited due to ethical concerns over where the stem cells came from. Until recently, scientists only knew of 2 ways to obtain stem cells.
Adult stem cells are found in various parts of the body, such as the brain, bone marrow, blood, skin and heart.
Yes, however, they tend not to divide very often once they are removed from the body. They are not as pluripotent and are difficult to respecialize, unlike embryonic cells.
It is embryonic stem cells that cause controversy. Removing the stem cells requires the destruction of the embryo, which some people liken to destruction of a human being.
The issue comes down to the question of when life begins. Some believe that life starts at the moment of conception and that harvesting embryonic stem cells is murder.
The donated embryos were marked for destruction, meaning that these embryos would never have come to term anyway. If life begins at conception, these embryos were never conceived.
Right, they were however fertilized, which is where the ethical argument begins. But is it better to waste life by throwing it out, or to use it to save the life of another?
One solution is the use of induced pluripotent stem cells. They hold promise, but scientists would still like the opportunity to pursue work with the embryonic stem cells. Very interesting. John, what can you tell me about induced pluripotent stem cells?
Certainly, Diane. An induced pluripotent stem cell is simply an adult somatic cell that has been genetically reprogrammed to behave and regenerate like an embryonic stem cell.
Wow. So basically iPS cells work like embryonic cells, the best subject for research, without being ethically problematic. Is Northwestern University working with iPS cells?
Indeed we are, Diane. Our bioengineering scientists seek cures for various diseases and injuries. Avoiding the ethical debate associated with the research is beneficial to them.
Let's listen in on a bioengineering student consulting with her professor about iPS cells for a research assignment. This should be quite interesting and informative. Professor, I was wondering if you could tell me, why is there such controversy surrounding biomedical research on embryonic stem cells? I am writing a research paper for bioethics.
In general, controversy arises from views within our society regarding the moral worth of early embryos. Some believe embryos have moral status and rights, they are living humans.
I thought the pre-implantation embryo, at less than 14 days, does not possess the biologic individuality necessary for a concrete potentiality to become a human person. Right?
This is scientifically correct. However, personhood is a debate based on religious ideas and not science. Induced pluripotent stem cells are showing results, without ethical dilemma.
Induced pluripotent stem cells possess the same pluripotent characteristics of embryonic stem cells, but are not obtained from embryos, eggs or cloning.
Many scientists have strongly suggested that this advance should end the current debate over the use of stem cells derived from the destruction of human embryos.
So, the simple solution is for scientists to move forward from the ethical debate, and proceed with induced pluripotent stem cell research. Have iPS cells shown success?
Yes, scientists have been able to grow rat kidney and liver cells and implant them successfully from iPS cells.
So, there is a way to use this technology and avoid the ethical catastrophes associated with the harvesting of embryonic stem cells. That's great news.
Indeed it is. You seem to have enough information for your assignment. I am sure you will have no trouble writing it.
Now that we understand the ethical debate, and solutions to solving some of the problem with iPS cells, why do scientists still prefer embryonic stem cells?
Well, Diane, imagine raising a high-maintenance pet. This involves a lot of time and responsibility. Caring for iPS stem cells is much more difficult.
As a member of the Ethics Commission, do you believe the time-consuming care of iPS cells is worth the trouble?
Jabalai Ask, Facility Research Director states, these cells have to be taken care of every single day. They don't care if it's Christmas or Sunday. Someone has to be here. I agree.
So, while society has not reached a solution for the ethical debate surrounding stem cell research, Northwestern adheres to all local and national regulation during its studies.
Absolutely, Northwestern continues to remain compliant ethically and legally. Every state has differing laws on the subject, and we follow our state regulations without error.
That is very comforting. I believe scientists should always be cautious implementing research that has such strong and varied opinions, no matter how positive possible results seem.
The possibilities of stem cell research are amazingly vast and suggest a revolution of healthcare. Nevertheless, we must proceed with caution to avoid damaging the science.
Damaging the science? Do you mean losing the ability to perform stem cell research indefinitely? Could this happen if voters oppose the idea and lawmakers agree?
Certainly, this is why the Bioethics Commission was formed, and why our facility is so ethically meticulous in our standards.
This will conclude our ethics seminar for stem cell research at Northwestern University. I hope you found it informative.
Thank you for your support in our ethics committee. We appreciate your concern and efforts.
The preceding information was obtained through research provided by Northwestern University Office of Research.
Additional resources include Selectus Bioresearch Incorporated and Stanford University.
Family Guy clip is the intellectual property of Seth MacFarlane created for the Fox Broadcasting Company, who owns the copyright.